doesn't get much bigger than this. A top of the table clash, an undefeated Melbourne City hosting a Perth Glory side out for blood after their first loss of the season. Melbourne City will be looking to cement their place at the top of the ladder, and a win today would go a long way in putting space between them and their opponents today. Hot on their heels, a win for the visitors. Perth Glory would see them draw level on points and perhaps even leapfrog the leaders. You can see Channel 10 and Dubzone's very own Pakua Frimpong just to the top of the screen there. And what a day for it is today. She might need a snorkel, a poncho, maybe some flippers with this wet weather here at Gina Steele Stadium at Preston in Melbourne. And a big opportunity for Perth Glory to close that gap, a big opportunity for Melbourne City to put themselves clear. Can Alex Aparkis' side answer the call? Can City show their class? Only time will tell as we gear up for kickoff in round 7 of the Liberty A-League. And let's have a look at how the sides line up. Wholesale changes for Dario Vidicic's side, 5 in total from their win over Sydney FC. Amina Ekic, Daniela Galic and Naomi Chinama move to the bench, while Julia Grosso and Rebecca Stott drop out of the matchday squad entirely. Plenty of rotation there due to international duty, meaning Leah Varley comes in for her first start, and Hannah Wilkinson comes in as well. Harley Rossbacken with her first start since January. Kira Myers making her first start for the Citizens and in the Liberty A-League. Tian McKenna makes her first start against her former side as well. A good time to do it. As for Alex Aparkis, he makes 3 changes from his side's distance derby loss. Superstar Grace Jarley drops to the bench alongside Georgia Cassidy, who both recently returned from international duty, while Claudia Majacek also misses out. Meanwhile, Sadie Lawrence, Isabel Dalton and Philippines international Quinley Quezada all come into the starting 11. What a moment for Carly Rossbacken. The last game was in January in the Liberty A-League. She's been dealing with a foot injury, and great to see her back amongst the action. The 2-time Matilda will have a big role to play today with Julia Grosso and Rebecca Stott out of the squad. The American Julia Grosso just out with a slight hamstring strain, whilst Rebecca Stott just returning from international duty and also with a bit of illness that saw her miss out on their second match, New Zealand. They played a pair of fixtures against Colombia. And how good has Susan Fonsong-Cam been this season? 3 goals and an assist. Really announcing herself, showing that consistency, showing that quality that people have been seeing in the New South Wales NPL Women's for a long time. Kate Jakovic leading the officiating team today, helped out by Danielle Anderson, Janelle Samet and Adam Bavkar, the assistants today. And the rain holding off right before kickoff by the looks of things. Caitlin Torpy today playing in a little bit of a more advanced role. Can the former Brisbane Roar player be deadly? Speaking of deadly, Hannah Wilkinson, the football ferns forward, scored the opening goal of the FIFA Women's World Cup. So much quality throughout the Liberty A-League. And boy, did it show in the biggest tournament in the world. Rihanna Policina picking up the captain's armband from Rebecca Stott. Can she fill the void as we are underway in round 7 of the Liberty A-League as Melbourne City hosts Perth Glory in a top of the table clash. And what a clash it will be. It's intercepted early by Hannah Lowry, who's been so good in midfield for Perth Glory this year. And it's a double for both of these sides. The men's played just last night, with Melbourne City picking up the win over Perth Glory. Here's Torpy in that advanced position. Tash Rigby caught out. Torpy delivering, headed away by Hannah Lowry that time. And Quezada struggling to deal with it. Here's Varley. Ross Buchan with her first touches back in the league. Varley, a former Adelaide United player. McKenna against her former side. Policina. Torpy cuts back inside. Here's Hughes. Varley opting for the switch. Was looking for Letitia McKenna. Just couldn't quite find her though. Dario Vidicic, former Socceroo. Of course, his dad, Rado, a former Melbourne City, both men's and women's coach. Here's Lowry, does well to evade the pressure. Rigby with the throw-in. Isabel Dalton managing to just play it off a City player, and a late collision between two players, Caitlin Torpy and Tash Rigby. And a bit of an awkward one too. He was just blown up and started quickly. Morgan Aquino really putting a great shift in this year in between the sticks for the Perth Glory. Sally James on the bench today, as things stand, not getting to take on her former side. Campbell Johnson here in commentary, as Rihanna Policina just manages to win her side a corner. Hannah Wilkinson just having a chat with her captain, I'm sure, just asking, where do you want it? Near post, back post. She will be the target, the Kiwi, no doubt. Lashina. Such an exciting player. Melbourne City now without Holly McNamara. She'll have to fill that void as well. Here's the opportunity for McKenna. It's won back well by Millie Farrow, and Perth can go the other way on the break. Just can't quite find Sophia Sakalis. Millie Farrow, the English woman, has been great since coming into the league. 1 goal, 3 assists. The English Youth International. Big pedigree overseas too, Millie Farrow. Has played for some big clubs in the UK, including Chelsea. Has a little bit of concern there for the moment, but they do manage to play out of defence, Melbourne City. Nervy times for them. It's great play from Varley. Torpy gets past Isabel Dalton, taking the strike and rifled into Sadie Lawrence. And it does go wide for a corner. A great ball in behind from Leah Varley. And just a driving run from Caitlin Torpy on Isabel Dalton. Two former Brisbane Roar players. The ball in now for City. Struggled to clear it, did Morgan Aquino. The wet weather wreaking havoc. Slippery ball. Policina trying to beat out. Sophia Sakalis does very well. And Tash Rigby just happy to see it, see it away. There is Alex Apakis. Mentioned the Women's World Cup just before. Well, he was part of the Philippines squad, an analyst there. Here's Coward. Melbourne City able to deal with the danger. Laura Hughes sitting at the base of midfield at the moment. Coming over this off-season from Canberra United. A great first touch from McKenna. Policina. Torpy. Dario Vidicic happy with what he's seeing from his side, and in particular Leavali. Her first appearance for Melbourne City. And if anything tells you what the weather's like here at Gina Steele Stadium, that's it. Big tree going down just behind the goal on your left-hand side. Hopefully all is well there. It's well intercepted by Leavali. Aquino. Can only clear it as far as Policina, who tries to play it in first time. To Kira Myers in her first start. Now the opportunity for Millie Farrow and Perth. Farrow just trying to lay it off for Sakalis. But those two just unable to link up. Perth looking dangerous on the break at the minute. Carly Ross back in, unable to collect the ball, but Policina does very well to restart the play for City. Here's Torpy facing up against Tash Rigby. Torpy towards that near post, and he's cleared by Perth. Hannah Wilkinson was driving. Caitlin Torpy having a very good game so far. Dangerous down this left-hand side. Such a quick player, physical. Is really putting together a fantastic campaign. Susan Fonsonkamp going down. Able to draw the foul too. Truly is great to see Susan Fonsonkamp shining in the Liberty A-League. Has had such a long journey to this point. Here's Wilkinson striking. Sophia Sakalis gets around one. Fonsonkamp, the Thai-born player, just can't quite link up. The play for Perth Glory. Varley puts it in a dangerous area, and it's won back by Farrow. Dalton. Liked the run from Tash Rigby, just couldn't quite find her though. Here's Hughes. Won back by Dalton this time. Threaded through. Millie Farrow driving forward, and Lysiane Prue with one of her first involvements of the game. Out to claim the Canadian back from international duty. It was won back well by Isabel Dalton, and that first touch from Millie Farrow just letting her down. Was asked to do a lot, however. And the Canadian goalkeeper lives to see another day. Rigby intercepting the ball well. And it may fall here as it's cleared. Eventually, Quinley Quezada just unable to forge an opportunity out of it. Here's Fonsongkham, great close control. And once again drawing the foul. This time from Leavali. Wins so many fouls. Does Susan Fonsongkham. Great control. Just keeping it close to her. Turning and beating the central defender, Leavali. The debutant. Two-player wall. Laura Hughes and Rihanna Policina. Here's Lowry towards that back post, headed on, trouble situation for Melbourne City, but it is cleared. Lowry once more, lifting it towards the box. Kira Myers able to collect and send it back for Laura Hughes. Melbourne City leading the possession at the moment, as they almost always do. A trademark of their style, not only from this team, but also across the City group, across the world. Here's Wilkinson. Hughes. Does manage to draw the foul. Quinley Quezada just bringing down the former Canberra United player. Policina just goes quick. Fonsongkham winning it back for Perth Glory. Looking to spark a counter-attack, is brought down. This time no foul given. Here's Hughes. Torpy. Wilkinson, this is good play from City. And that final ball just lacking at the moment. Aquino does very well. It's a great ball for Tash Rigby. Rigby looking to go down the line. Fonsongkham continues her run. Does Rigby. This is great from Perth. Driving forward now. Delivered and cleared by Taylor Otto. The American able to put it wide. But great link-up play on this right-hand side. Tash Rigby and Susan Fonsongkham, simply perfect. Just this final ball lacking from Tash Rigby. Had options in the middle too, as they take the corner quickly. Fonsongkham driving in the box now. Very good work from Susan Fonsongkham. Here's Sakalis. Trying to lift it over for Lowry. Does very well to find her. Farrow. Sakalis. Here's Dalton winding up from range and palmed over the bar by Lysiane Prue. A great effort from Isabel Dalton. And a very good save from the Canadian Lysiane Prue. Just found herself in a pocket of space. It was a well-weighted strike. Just couldn't quite find the corner and make it harder for Lysiane Prue. Millie Farrow on the edge of the box wanting the ball. Here's Fonsongkham. And it goes the way of Melbourne City. Fonsongkham adjudged to have taken the last touch. And her dribbling today and throughout this season has been simply sensational. So difficult for defences to handle. Former Western Sydney Wanderers player, Susan Fonsong-Camp. It's well played out of defence by Ross Backen, playing out of the press. Here's Varley. Hughes driving through midfield. Policina has an option out wide. Can find her, the 16-year-old Kira Myers. McKenna, Hughes. Leah Varley searching for her captain, Rihanna Policina. It's cut out by Cowett, but they go again to Melbourne City. Myers. McKenna lifting it in against her former side, and Wilkinson turns it in with ease. The tall timber rises above the pack and heads it home to give the league leaders the advantage. The football fern makes no mistake. Her third goal of the season. It was a beautiful ball in, and Sadie Lawrence couldn't do much about it in the box. Morgan Aquino just off the underside of the bar. A perfect header from Hannah Wilkinson, and it's 1-0 City. The league leaders showing their class. 17 minutes into the game. Here's Lowry. Perth with plenty of time to bounce back. And here's the passing accuracy so far. Melbourne City with 87%, emblematic of how they want to play. And emblematic of the season so far. They're averaging 81% passing accuracy. The highest in the league, Melbourne City. Here's Torpy. Wilkinson looking for two. That first touch just letting her down. Perth Glory, their opponents today, 74%, the third highest in the league. It's a lovely play from Melbourne City. Truly part of their DNA. 87% so far in this game. A polished side. Shouts of a foul throw as well. There from Leah Varley, and I think fair enough. Either way, similar result. Neither player from her side able to track it down. Caught in two minds, perhaps, Leah Varley. Here's Dalton. Cut out well by Torpy in that more advanced position. Typically plays as more of a wing back. And today, more of a winger. This is a nice run from Liz Anton, the New Zealander. A football fern. Another football fern, Grace Charlotte, on the bench today. Will be a welcomed addition later on if she can get off the bench. Amina Ekic on the bench for Melbourne City as well. They'll be hoping to get her back in the fold. Coming over from Racing Louisville. Has been great since her return. But recently, in this international break, featured in a pair of UEFA Nations League fixtures for Bosnia and Herzegovina against Slovenia and Belarus. The American-born Bosnian international Started both matches. And was credited with an assist in the first of the two games. A successful outing for her. And Daria Vidicic will be hoping she can have a successful one today. Make an impact off the bench. Here's Lawrence. Grace Johnston and Georgia Cassidy on the bench for Perth Glory today. Two players that were part of Leah Blaney's young Matildas squad. Here's Perth now driving forward. Millie Farrow, such a good pressing forward. Here's Torpy. Rigby once more caught out. Tracking back, here's Torpy. Laying it off. McKenna striking and blocked by Liz Anson. And Letitia McKenna with a good opportunity against her former side. Can't capitalise though. My apologies. And Caitlin Torpy, so dangerous today. They do get the corner though. Here's Policina. Standing over it. A short option with her. Wearing the captain's armband. Policina delivering towards that near post. Headed down by Cowart. Striking once more was McKenna. And the Glory deal with it with ease. Great incisive ball out of the back. Here's McKenna. Torpy cuts inside. Good early ball towards Wilkinson. Uses her body well. Myers brought down. Policina. Can she make something of it? Tries to skip past Sophia Sakalis. Can't get a shot away. Sophia Sakalis with a point to prove today. Was previously on the books of Melbourne City. And they're so patient on the ball. So composed in that final third, not rushing any opportunity. So crucial. Playing with such confidence. Farrow retreating. They do turn over the ball. Here's Tian McKenna. Two sisters playing today. Tian, the younger of the two. Spent 3 seasons with the Glory, her hometown. Melbourne City with just about 60% of the ball today. 25 minutes gone. Here's Hughes. Here's Otto. Policina. Here's Varley. Great ball through for McKenna this time, trying to feed it back towards Hannah Wilkinson. Still alive for City. And what a sensational ball from Leah Varley. It does come off Tash Rigby last. Just splitting the lines. Letitia McKenna unable to make anything of it. But a fantastic ball from Leah Varley in that back three. Here's Otto. Torpy picking up a central area now. Letitia McKenna just trying to flick it over towards Hannah Wilkinson. Can't manage to do so. Here's Lawrence. Playing out of position today. In the heart of defence, typically a midfielder by trade. Here's Coward. Philippines international turned over. Policina driving forward now. Has Torpy. And Sadie Lawrence steps out of defence. Here's Dalton. Torpy. Varley. Ross Buchan. Intercepted by Quezada. Quick play. That time by Sophia Sakalis. Just couldn't quite find Millie Farrow though. Diane McKenna out wide. Here's Myers. The 16-year-old trying to skip past Liz Anton. Couldn't do so, but did draw her side the throw in. Is Wilkinson. Cutting it back towards the penalty spot. And the foul drawn by Tash Rigby, given away by Caitlin Torpy. And safety for the Glory. It was a good bit of work from Hannah Wilkinson. Such a dangerous player. Morgan Aquino, one of the standout players so far this year in the Liberty A-League. Great to see her putting together such a strong campaign. Good competition between the sticks as well, must be said. The most saves in the league, 28. Melbourne City getting into that final third. Quite a lot in this opening half hour, 16 to be exact. 28 saves for Morgan Aquino so far this season. 13 of them coming from inside the box. Well and truly putting her foot down, laying claim to those goalkeeper gloves. Sally James just warming up on the left-hand side of screen, former Melbourne City goalkeeper. Here's the delivery now towards that near post, flicked on by Jess Cowart. And the result will be yet another corner for Melbourne City. Letitia McKenna to take, Jessica Cowart defending her front post well, had Taylor Otto just behind her. Is McKenna. Alexa Parker's braving the rain. McKenna can't keep it in play. Straight out for a goal kick. Turned over straight away. Polisina tries to skip past the midfield there, just couldn't quite do so. Sophia Sakalis playing it forward to no avail. Here's Varley. Down the line, Torpy. Great ball inside for Hughes. First touch lets her down. Lowry going down to Millie Farrow, going around Lysiane Prue and levelling it for the Perth Glory. The England Youth International makes it 2 for the season, and it's just the tonic her side needed. They draw level. It's 1-1 in a top-of-the-table clash. A great ball in behind from Quinley Quezada. And Millie Farrow makes no mistake, rounding Lysiane Prue and punishing them in the rain. You can see how much it means. Just their second shot on goal, and that's all they needed. The former Chelsea, Bristol City, Reading, Leicester and Crystal Palace player shining for Perth Glory. Here's Varley. Back to level pegging. Old square. And what a game we have on our hands. It promised a lot. A top of the table clash. Always a tasty affair. And it is delivering at the moment, as it has in recent time. The last meeting between these two sides was a 4-3 come from behind win for the Glory. Talk about entertainment, doesn't get too much better than that. Here's Farrow, has a taste and she wants more, plenty of space on that far side. Driving forward now. And going down in the box was Taylor Otto. Liz Anton was able to get their side. A corner. And how about that, Apakis and Millie Farrow. Her coach happy with what he's seeing. Isabel Dalton to take the corner. Millie Farrow lurking on the edge of the 18-yard box. A pack of players at that near post. Fonsoncam, the short option for Dalton. Delivering towards the near post, headed away by Otto. Driven low, Lowry. One of the chief playmakers for this Perth side. Millie Farrow going down, off ball. Torpy driving a great counter-attack, plenty of numbers. McKenna, can she round her former teammate? Can't do so. Two former Brisbane Roar and Perth Glory players. They had so many numbers forward. It was a good ball from Caitlin Torpy, just not enough on it, and they're back on the charge, Melbourne City. Here's Hughes. And the intensity of this game rising in the last few minutes since that goal. Both sides sitting on top of the table. Melbourne City undefeated at the moment. Can that change today? Perth Glory only losing their first game last week. Driving forward, Torpy going down. No penalty given by Kate Jakovic, and a handball there. Halting play. Kate Jakovic just saying she got the ball. Here it is. Caitlin Torpey driving in. Tash Rigby getting the ball. A good decision by the looks of things. A good tackle by Tash Rigby. Good officiating from the team on ground. And the intensity of this affair reaching boiling point. A foul that time drawn by Farrow, given away by Carly Rossbakken in her first appearance since January 2023 this year. A win today for Perth. Draws them level on points. And depending on the margin, could even see them leapfrog their opponents. A win for Melbourne City will put them 6 points clear. A nice buffer early on in the season. Here's Rigby. Laid off by Fonsong Camp. Just too soft though. Lawrence. Coward. Brought down very well by Millie Farrow. Playing with a swagger now. Sakalis. Delivering it into the box. Headed down by Varley. Had perhaps more time than she anticipated. Great turn by Torpey. Managing to get around Isabel Dalton and drawing the foul of Tash Rigby, who will see a yellow card. A few of those challenges today. And the Perth Glory captain goes into the book. Just tries to skip past, cut inside. Tash Rigby bringing her down. The first yellow card of the day. About 7 minutes. Regular time in this first half. Polisina chasing it down and does get to it as it's hit towards that near post, parried away, laid off this time. Caitlin Torpey held on to after a bobble from Morgan Aquino. And just slipping over was Isabel Dalton. Really gave that opportunity to Rihanna Polisina. Here's Rigby. Can't find Sadie Lawrence now. She couldn't find Susan Fonsong Camp, but did find safety in the form of Sadie Lawrence, who's on the ball now. She's had a few stints with the Glory, now in her second. Previously played between 2009 and 2012 before returning just a few seasons ago. Good turn from Polisina. Torpey driving at Tash Rigby. Collision between two players, just a bit of confusion. Caitlin Torpey perhaps could have kept driving. Here's Hughes, former Canberra United player. Farrow intercepting in the middle of the park. Such a lively player is Millie Farrow. McKenna just wanting a more advanced run on that far side from the 16-year-old Kira Myers. And they do give away the foul. Sophia Sakalis, such a tricky player. Here's Coward. That's really good play from Perth Glory. Farrow continuing her run. Sakalis plays her. Farrow Plenty of options arriving, going down. No penalty given once more. This time the other way. I think fair enough. Let's have a look back at it. Millie Farrow driving forward. Letitia McKenna diving in. And I think it might be a penalty. Not given though. And end-to-end, Caitlin Torpey was looking for a teammate. Let's have another look at that penalty, that contact. Letitia McKenna diving in. And perhaps just making contact, not stepping on the foot though, but just making contact with Millie Farrow. Either way, not given, no VAR in the Liberty A-League. Melbourne City peppering Morgan Aquino's goal. And they'll look to do the same here. Myers out wide, the 16-year-old looking to deliver. Cowett just heading it away. Dalton is McKenna. It's a good turn just to evade the pressure. Here's Varley. Tolisina giving away possession. Fonsongcam, a quiet few minutes from her after a lightning start. That's a good ball for Quezada, one of the Philippines' all-time top scorers is Torpey. Wilkinson. Rossbacken. Now finding herself in a more wide defensive position. You wonder if it's a shift in shape or just where she happens to be from the previous foray forward as she goes on her own now. Polisina, Torpey, Rossbacken continues her run, and it is a good one. But Sadie Lawrence can clear only as far as Laura Hughes. Varley. Otto under pressure. And as is the City way, play out of it very well. Here's Polisina. Was looking for Rossbacken. Just couldn't find her. The ball a little bit too heavily weighted. Here's Cowett. Here's Anton. Able to get inside, feed the ball forward. It does find its way almost in the path of Sophia Sakalis, who did come from an offside position though. And it is pulled up.
One step up, please, one step down.
Here's Varley. Torpey. 1 minute to be added on. Here at Gina Steele Stadium, home of Preston Lions. Club that gets great support. Big challenge that time from Fonsongcam. Advantage is played. And it's allowed to go on, not called back. Here's Torpey. Polisina. Wilkinson. Can City get one right before the break? Here's Polisina. They do! But the offside flag goes up. and denied. And a yellow card shown for Susan Fonsong-Camp. Was very well worked. And another one this time being shown to Alex Apakis. Some words to say for Kate Jakovic. And they don't take the lead. Here is that yellow card. Late challenge, perhaps the wet surface playing tricks. And here is that offside from Rihanna Policina. Tough to tell from that angle. But the flag did go up. And what was a very well worked passage of play. They may have another opportunity here. And Laura Hughes can't manage to forge an opportunity, and that does mark half-time here at Gina Steele Stadium. The sides are level thanks to a Hannah Wilkinson opener and a Millie Farrow leveler. A massive first half in a top-of-the-table clash ends. Melbourne City 1, Perth Glory 1. And here were the key moments of that first half. The opener for Melbourne City out wide. And it was just well delivered into the box. Hannah Wilkinson, a beautiful header, a trademark header from the tall forward. The football fern made no mistake. And this second goal, the first for Perth Glory, Millie Farrow rounding Lysiane Prue, who was given away in Melbourne City's defensive third. And Perth Glory punished them. Millie Farrow, a composed finish from the English woman, the English youth international, and didn't Alex Apakis love it? And they head into the sheds at halftime. Here are the stats from that first half, as is their identity. Melbourne City controlling the play, holding on to the ball and peppering Perth Glory's goal. Morgan Aquino being asked to do a lot and standing up to the challenge. It was a massive first half, a fiery first half here in Melbourne in a top-of-the-table clash, and the second stanza, I'm sure, will be more of the same. Make sure you join us just around the corner. Welcome back to a rainy day in Melbourne. Classic Melbourne weather, I must say. In the Liberty A-League Round 7, Melbourne City versus Perth Glory, currently level at the break, thanks to both Hannah Wilkinson and Millie Farrow, a top-of-the-table clash. And what a first half we had. A feisty one, a fiery one, full of action, full of tackles. And it is wet weather footy at its finest. You simply love to see it. 2 good goals as well. And a big matchup today. Melbourne City still currently unbeaten. 3 yellow cards shown in that first half too. Hannah Wilkinson with the opener. The football fern who opened the scoring for the FIFA Women's World Cup. And today, 2 shots on target, level in the passing accuracy, but Millie Farrow really getting around the park, doing lots of the pressing, lots of the dirty work as well, and doing oh so well for her side. Exactly what Alex Aparkas is after. A win will put Melbourne City 6 points clear. As for Perth, it'll leapfrog them over their opponents, go top of the league. Level on points though. We are back underway in round 7 of the Liberty A-League. And it's a pleasure to have your company today. Here at Gina Steele Stadium, the home of Preston Lions. Wilkinson just struggling to hang on to it. That's a good move by McKenna, driving through midfield, has an option out wide. It is Torpy. Can they get an early one right back out of the sheds towards the penalty spot and blocked brilliantly. The second effort coming in from Laurie Hughes, blocked once more. A gargantuan effort from the Perth Glory defence, and it sends Millie Farrow the other way. Their lone goal scorer today, here's Fonsong Camp. Cutting inside, driving forward now. Fonsong Camp still going. Does get the shot away and was all out of gas. Here is that chance. They've come firing straight out of the blocks, brilliantly cut back. And Liz Anton able to block it oh so well and save her side. A great second effort as well, it must be said. And look at this high line from Perth Glory. 4 players pressing that Melbourne City defence. They know how much Dario Vidicic's side love to play with the ball out of the back. And they're looking to win it back in those areas, but leaving plenty of space between them and the defence. Here's Torpy. Well brought down by Hannah Wilkinson, but it was in an offside position. Here's Coward. Here's Fonsong Camp. Was flicked on well. Threading it through for Quezada. And Lysiane Prue not troubled by it. Here's McKenna. Fonsong Camp. McKenna intercepting well. Torpy can't evade the pressure. Had such a good first half. Caitlin Torpy. Not a bad crowd, all things considered, with the weather today. Here's Prue. Back from international duty. A mainstay between the sticks this season. Rihanna Policina driving more out of her side. You can see Holly McNamara there just on the left next to Rebecca Stott. The injured, sick and managed players from Melbourne City. A tragic injury for Holly McNamara, her third ACL injury after being so promising, especially this season. Melbourne City's top scorer. They're looking to fill that void. It's in behind for Perth. Farrow. First time ball sits up on the edge of the box. Here's Lowry. Dalton. That's a clever ball for Anton. Turns the 16-year-old Myers. Anton, the New Zealand international, back in the box now for Millie Farrow, who gets her second. Easy as you like. Her third of the season, her 6th goal involvement. And it's exactly what the doctor ordered for Perth Glory. Great work from Liz Anton. And a composed finish. An instinctual finish from Millie Farrow. Manages to get past Kira Myers and right at the penalty spot. Gets enough on it to drive it past Lysiane Prue. Slots it home. And largely unmarked in the box, Millie Farrow. 2 shots on target, 2 goals. Easy as you like as she does up her shoelaces. And gets back underway. Perth take the lead. A massive moment in this fixture. Here's Farrow once more. Could be on for a hat-trick at the moment. Heavy collision between McKenna and Farrow. Tiana McKenna in her first start for Melbourne City, playing against her former side. Here's Millie Farrow. The strike coming in from Quezada. Just spooned it a little bit. And they're happy to see the sideline. 2 balls on the pitch at the moment. Here's Anton. A great assist for that second goal. Here's Sakalis. Great dribbling, taking a strike of her own. Not quite enough on it. Doesn't trouble Lysiane Prue too much. And what a story Millie Farrow is too. Is an author. Wrote a book called Brave Enough Not to Quit, which was published earlier this year, talking about her struggles with mental health. And she began having panic attacks as young as 10 and was diagnosed with OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. A brilliant story, and great to see her flourishing in the Liberty A-League, the 27-year-old. Here's Myers. Policina. Varley. Through that time for McKenna. Couldn't find her though. Here's Fonsong Cam. The underlapping run from Tash Rigby, the captain. Putting in so much effort as she always does for her side. Over 100 games for the club. 30 final entries for Melbourne City into that attacking third. Just can't keep it in play. Susan Fonsong Camp. Melbourne City players warming up. Daniela Galich, the nearest. Melissa Barbieri at the back. Such a legend of Australian football, Melissa Barbieri. Here's Otto. Gives away possession after driving out of defence. Almost won back by Caitlin Torpey. Here's Coward. McKenna brought down well. Myers. Perth just giving it away. Slightly in that moment. Morgan Aquino able to clear though. And the rain coming down hard here at Gina Steele Stadium. Here's City. Laura Hughes just trying to lay it off. That time for Caitlin Torpey. Alex Aparkis, what a win this would be for his side. The project really coming together. It's been here for the past few seasons. Alex Aparkis really turning their fortunes around incrementally too. Sustainably. In fact, here's McKenna. Didn't hear the footsteps of Millie Farrow, who just picks her pocket. And that's exactly that dirty work that Millie Farrow's been doing all game long. That graft has won plenty of jewels so far in this game. Bringing the ball back for her side. Aquino under pressure. And is just happy to see the sideline. Hannah Wilkinson pressing her. Sakalis can't keep it in play. Ross Backen. Back from her foot injury. Here's Otto. Great ball through the middle. Pitch getting soggy as the game goes on. Still a great surface though. This is lovely for Melbourne City. Just playing out of that press with confidence and composure. Varley. Driving is the centre back out wide. It's a great ball for Myers. Here's Policina towards that near post, almost punished and skied by McKenna. That's really good play from Melbourne City, but just lacking that final ball for the equaliser. It's a lovely pass from both players there. Letitia McKenna just can't get her head over the ball and drive it to an almost certain goal. Here's Lowry. Gets past Wilkinson very well. Here's Rigby. A physical battle between her and Leah Varley. And have a look at the mud. Just kept sliding. Did Tash Rigby. Hopefully not hurt on that far side. And that is peak wet weather football. Just kept on going. Tash Rigby. Will have a few stains to get out for the kit person, no doubt. Here's Ross Backen. Myers managed to stay on side. Can't get past Liz Anton though. And Perth are just happy to see it away. Here's Otto. Melbourne City with just under 60% of the ball as things stand. Here's Farrow. Von Songcam. Pushes off McKenna. Otto doing well to retreat for her side. Bullying Susan von Songcam. Plenty of cries for a foul, none given though. Here's Policina. Myers. What can the youngster do? Gets past Liz Anton very well. The 16-year-old can't do it a second time though. Her first start. Promising young player. Junior Matilda. Southern United product. Kira Myers. McKenna. Well spotted. Here's Policina taking the strike. It's hit well but blocked by Cowett. Well won by Rihanna Policina, who winds up once more. Doesn't quite have the same contact. Really well spotted ball in behind. And a textbook challenge from Rihanna Policina, especially in this weather. That'll be the end of the day for Kira Myers. Daniela Galic getting ready to come on, and Rihanna Policina coming off too. The captain, Amina Ekic, coming on. And does get the captain's armband too. After only just returning to the club. A show of her leadership, no doubt. Amina Ekic coming over from Racing Louisville. Her previous stint with Melbourne City. She started so brightly. And then unfortunately, an injury cut her stay short. But she's back now with something to prove. And almost in behind was Quinley Quezada, but Taylor Otto did enough for her side. So a double change for Melbourne City. And here's the ball from Sophia Sakalis. Beautiful outside of the boot ball. They can't punish Melbourne City. It's Torpy. Galic just finding her feet off the bench. She's back from international duty as well with the young Matildas. Leah Blaney taking them to China. Arrived back in Australia on Thursday. And the passing accuracy very high from both sides coming into this game as well. Melbourne City had the highest passing accuracy in the league, and Perth Glory with the third in the competition. Characteristic of how both sides are wanting to play. Their identity, their brand of football is McKenna. Garlich. Here's Aquino. Slightly scuffed clearance, finds its way to Daniela Garlich, and eventually Amina Rekic, who strikes it with some force. And it is saved by Morgan Aquino. And that's exactly what the Bosnia and Herzegovina forward can do. Just fell to her on the half volley, struck it purely. Just couldn't go either way of Morgan Aquino. But a great first impact from Amina Rekic. 10 shots on target from Melbourne City. Only 1 goal to show from it so far. Now Melbourne City applying the press. As the game goes on, the game gets away from them. They've been the more dominant side, I think it's fair to say, across this game. Perth Glory definitely worth their weight, worth their value in this game too. A yellow card shown to Tian McKenna against their former side. It was a great run from Sophia Sakalas, and that's exactly what she does. Sprightly, good on the ball, able to draw the foul. And the yellow card to boot. Just bringing down her former teammate, Tian McKenna. Millie Farrow. A big altercation here. A yellow card will be shown. And we hope it's nothing serious for Millie Farrow. Came off the pitch at some speed. And just slipping over. She scored 2 goals today. Looks like she'll be okay to continue. Carly Ross-Buchan shown yellow for her efforts. 2 yellow cards in quick succession. Carly Ross-Buchan just with a push of Millie Farrow. Really tight to that near touchline in the substitutes bench. Doesn't look like there was too much malice in it. Either way, Carly Ross-Buchan sees yellow. And the game will continue, and so will Millie Farrow, thankfully. Kate Jakovic just checking she's okay. And there it is once more. Emblematic of how this game's been so far, feisty and fiery throughout. And the conditions as well, playing into it, no doubt. Here's Hughes. Ekic. Wilkinson. Varley. It's cut out well. Total shots for Melbourne City. They've been in that final third so many times in this game. Only 1 goal to show for it so far. They have to get one back soon if they want to keep up their undefeated streak and undefeated run. It's been a great start to the season from them, from both sides. Here's Ross-Buchan. .42 final third entries for Melbourne City. Well cut out by Hannah Lowry. And it'll come off Liz Anton for a Melbourne City throw-in. Just about 70 minutes gone here at Gina Steele Stadium. Here's Otto. McKenna. Ross Buchan. Getting plenty of attention from Quezada. And going out of play. Here's McKenna. Melbourne City have to get a move on. 20 minutes to play. Here's Wilkinson. Is this the wriggle on they need? Garlich, such a special player. Millie Farrow bursting forward. Manages to get it on the break. Millie Farrow on a hat-trick. Can she get it? Rounds through. And Millie Farrow take a bow. The hat-trick hero for Perth Glory. Her fourth of the season. And they pile on. And why not? Her second time rounding Lysiane Prue. Copy and pace. And the revenge for the shove. Gets past Carly Ross Buchan. Lysiane Prue flat-footed. And Millie Farrow says thank you very much. The former Crystal Palace player. She has announced herself well and truly. And some changes being made. Grace Jale coming on for Sophia Sakailis. The football fern coming on. Three goals for Perth Glory. Now the task is even harder for Melbourne City. And their intensity, no doubt, will rise. And their desperation, too, with it. Here's Aquino. Farrow. Here's Garlich. Has Ekic out wide. Cut out by Liz Anton. Garlich will keep it in play. Ekic. The American-born player. Wilkinson gets a touch to strike away from McKenna. Can't hit the target. And perhaps had to take a bit more time and a bit more care in that final third. And Perth Glory will be thankful. Changes being made for Melbourne City as well. Carly Ross Buchan making way. As too is Letitia McKenna, Naomi Chinema, and Leah Davidson coming on. Naomi Chinema, another player who was involved with that young Matildas squad. That went to China. So another double substitution. Here's Quezada. McKenna. Able to find Garlich. Does lose possession to Hannah Lowry. Here's Jale. Millie Farrow brought down in back play. What can the football fern do now? Quezada making that run forward. And Laura Hughes more than capable of handling it. Here's Prue. Here's Ekic, willing her side forward. There's Anton going down, just grasping that ankle. Here's Chinema. Here's Otto. A like-for-like change. Ross Buchan and Chinema. So too, McKenna and Davidson. Perth Glory will just be happy to see it out as it is. More than happy to do so. Here's Torpy. Manages to find Hannah Wilkinson, skips past. A few on her merry way. Here's Garlich. Ekic. Can he get past Quezada and Anton? Hughes. Skips around Farrow. Here's Garlich. Here's Anton, gets enough on it just to thwart the cross. And as things stand, Perth Glory are top of the league, leapfrogging their opponents today. Melbourne City, if things stay the way they are, their undefeated streak will come to an end. And it'll open the season right up. Wellington Phoenix currently sitting in third with a game to play. Still, here's Ekic. McKenna. Torpy. McKenna once more, trying to lay it off for Larry Hughes. But intercepted by Jale. They do win it back though, Melbourne City. Here's Ekic. Taylor Otto continuing her run, and the ball just a little bit too heavy for her on this wet surface. Georgia Cassidy getting ready to come on. And Isabel Dalton's day comes to an end. Georgia Cassidy, another one of those players involved with the Young Matildas camp in China. Has played a big role so far this year for Perth Glory. A solid game from Isabel Dalton, industrious. 13 minutes to play in the game. And Georgia Cassidy will get some minutes. And just some treatment on that far side. Leia Varley just getting seen to. Some pickle juice late on in the game. Perhaps. And all players taking the opportunity to soak in some fluids. 12 minutes left to play in regular time. Leia Varley will continue. Just a bit of cramp, perhaps. And straight back into the action. Leia Varley taking no time to get back involved. Lawrence trying to clear and does so. Slight head collision perhaps between her and Hannah Lowry, still down. The youngster who is so crucial to this side, maybe just a little bit wounded, or winded I should say. A tough game. These wet weather matches tend to make everything feel a bit heavier towards the end of the game. Let's have a look at that collision. Perhaps just a little bit winded. Lawrence and Wilkinson sandwiching her just for a moment. Just regaining her breath. And she will continue. And there is that moment. The show does go on for Hannah Lowry, who has scored twice this season. It'll be a bittersweet one for her today, playing against Tian McKenna. Grew up within a postcode of her in Coburn, there in Perth. Here's Hughes. Garlich. Hannah Lowry straight back into the action. Has Millie Farrow inside. Happy just to take her time though. Hannah Lowry not too winded, as it were. Is Coward. 10 fouls for Melbourne City. One of those games is Chinema. A lovely flick by Taylor Otto, the American. Still yet to score since coming into the Liberty A-League. The physical defender. Previously played for Gotham FC in the NWSL as a national team replacement player during the FIFA Women's World Cup. Previously played for the same club as Amina Rekic, Racing Louisville, which has of course hosted Matildas as well, such as Alex Chidiac. Taylor Otto also playing 27 times for Scottish giants Celtic. Now taking her talents to Melbourne City. And doing a good job in that defensive unit. Tough day at the office for them today. Millie Farrow putting in a clinic. Here's Chinema. Ekic. McKenna. Wilkinson on the edge of the box now, trying to play that reverse ball for Torpy. Perhaps not quite the right option in that moment. Here's Farrow, caught under her a little bit. Skips past Tian McKenna. This is very good from Millie Farrow. And just that final ball lacking on that occasion. Running out of energy. And I think Alex Aparkas can forgive her after her efforts today. Sarah Kane coming on. Susan Fonsong-Camp making way. And Millie Farrow getting that breather. The hat-trick hero, Grace Johnston, coming on. What a performance from Millie Farrow. Such a good day in the office for her. This, that final goal, the hat-trick sealer. And how about the celebration? A day to remember for Millie Farrow, no doubt. Here's Lowry. Naomi Chinema, happy to see it away. See the sideline. Millie Farrow, high fives all round, and deservedly so. Here's Anton. Throwing down the line. Physical from Naomi Chinema. Shouts of a handball too, not given on either account by Kate Jakovic. Here's Johnston. Quezada. Sent long by Jess Cowart. And that's a tale of the tape today. 53% shooting accuracy for Melbourne City. And for Perth, 78%. They've made it count. They've had less shots, less final third entries. But when they've gotten in that area, they've hit the target and they've made it count. Just under 5 minutes to play in regular time. Is Chinema. McKenna. The sense of urgency has to pick up for Melbourne City. Is Davidson. Hughes. The tempo lifting from Dario Vidosic's side. Is Varley. Tried to take it around the oncoming player. Couldn't collect it on the other side though. Love to see that. Melissa Barbieri still doing the warm-ups. The goalkeeper. 87 minutes into the game. Perhaps getting a start on her warm downs. Such a strong figure in this Melbourne City dressing room. Here's Melissa Barbieri. Here's Chinema. Here's Garlich. Has Ekic inside of her. McKenna in assistance. McKenna spots the run of Amina Ekic, keeping it in play. Looking to go down the byline, does very well, turned goal bound by Hannah Wilkinson. And Morgan Aquino very happy to hang on. Was very well worked. This ball right there by Amina Ekic, showing her class. And Hannah Wilkinson doing what all penalty box strikers do, getting that shot away, but just couldn't quite get a late goal and potentially forge a late comeback. Still time though. Is Chinema. Hughes. One by Jale. Only for the moment. One back. The former teammates colliding, both at Canberra last year. Hughes and Jale. Torpy. What a shift she's put in today. Delivering it into the box. Cleared by Anton. Davidson. Torpy. Lifted towards Amina Rekic. Wilkinson in the box now. Garlich. Wilkinson. Marked by Anton, her Football Ferns teammate. Has to be now for Melbourne City. Chinema. McKenna, options in the middle. Goes towards that byline. Can she cut it back this time for Leah Davidson? Can't get the shot away. Plenty of opportunities late here for Melbourne City. They need to convert. 5 minutes added on. Here at Gina Steele Stadium. Ekic. Otto, the centre back, a long way from home. Taylor Otto. Too heavy of a delivery, but does just stay in play for her centre back partner, Varley. Daniela Garlich. Grace Jale draws the foul, and they'll soak up every second they can. What a game Millie Farrow's had. A hat trick. Her first in the Liberty A-League. Putting together some season. 4 goals, 3 assists for Millie Farrow. 7 goal involvements. If she can continue that for the rest of the season, Perth Glory will be very happy. And no doubt be in the finals. And as things stand, they'll be on top of the table. Perth Glory taking their time. Game management at this point. And offside was the call. Here's Prue. 3 minutes left in this game. Here's Hughes. Out wide for Torpy. Driving inside. Leah Davidson. Here's Otto. The American centre half out wide for Garlich. Continues her run. Here's Otto. In for Ekic. The 2 American-born players linking up in the strike from Ekic. Goal bound. And Morgan Aquino hangs on. As do her side late on here in Melbourne. Not a bad effort from Amina Rekic, who's been good off the bench so far. Here's Johnston. Will no doubt just be looking to ice the game at this stage. Can't keep it in play to do so. Is Chinema. Varley looking to go long. Can't reach the target though. Good ball inside. The opportunity for a consolation perhaps. Here's Wilkinson. Edge of the box. Leah Davidson winding up and met strongly by Hannah Lowry. Putting her body on the line late in this game. It was a good layoff from Hannah Wilkinson. Hannah Lowry putting the head down and wearing it on the scone. The delivery now for City. Perhaps one last opportunity. Falls in the box. Perth do clear though. Here's Varley. The final moments ticking down here at Gina Steele Stadium. And that is full time. And a pumped up Perth Glory are top of the league. Melbourne City's undefeated streak comes to an end largely at the hands of that woman right there, Millie Farrow. Her first Liberty A-League hat-trick takes herself up to 7 goal involvements for the season. A simply staggering performance from the English woman. And they send a message to the rest of the league saying, we are here. We are Perth Glory. It ends at Gina Steele Stadium. Melbourne City 1, Perth Glory 3. And there were plenty of highlights in this game. An absolute rip snorter of a game in Melbourne. Hannah Wilkinson opening the scoring. Within 20 minutes, the football fern. A textbook header. Defensive error opened the door for Millie Farrow. Rounded Lysiane Prue for the first time to level proceedings before the break. Her first on a wet day in Melbourne. And this one right here, Liz Anton, showing her determination, getting around the 16-year-old. Myers still going to the byline, cutting it back and easy as you like. Slotting it home, Millie Farrow with her brace. Putting it past Lysiane Prue. And it wasn't over there. How about this for an effort? Late on in the game, the burst of speed, the pace, the endurance, rounding Lysiane Prue for a second time and saying good night. Was her game. Millie Farrow rounding Lysiane Prue and putting her side on her back. A standout performance. And these are how the stats look at full time as Perth Glory leapfrog their opponents. A 3-1 win with only 40% possession, just under. And look at that from Melbourne City. Pure dominance, 60% possession, 23 total shots, 13 on target, 517 passes, brilliant pass accuracy as well. Only 1 goal to show for it, and their first loss of the season. What a statement win for Perth Glory. What a statement performance from Millie Farrow. She has arrived well and truly in the Liberty A-League, and her captain gets around her beautifully, and why not? There'll be plenty of high fives for Millie Farrow tonight, and a happy home trip for the Perth Glory girls. It ends at Gina Steele Stadium. Melbourne City 1, Perth Glory 3.